Productivity hack number 5. When you must meet, make it effective. You probably won't be able to get out of most of meeting. So here are some tips for making meetings more effective. Number 1. Every meeting should have an agenda. People should know beforehand what will be discussed so they can be prepared. Number 2. The agenda should include the desired outcome. If it is not on the agenda beforehand, it should be the first thing you bring up in the meeting. Right when or even just before the meeting starts, bring up what do you want to accomplish in the meeting. Take notes of important points, especially next actions. Mark the next actions with arrows or asterisks or something so you can see them at a glance later. Number 4. Review the next actions at the end of the meeting. Everyone should leave the meeting knowing what decisions were made and what everyone needs to do next. Number 5. Harvest all next actions to your to-do list immediately after the meeting so you don't forget. Number 6. If you are still stuck going to a completely useless meeting, take your read review folder into the meeting. At least you can use that time productively by cranking through your stuff that you need to read or review. I also like to use this time to brainstorm for ideas or plan projects. Productivity hack number 4. Prioritize your task. The key word here, of course, is priority. How do you know if work is urgent and important? You must first know what are your tasks. The task that forwards you toward your goals is necessary and essential. Some may not prioritizing their task and end up spending much time on not important and not urgent tasks, rather than spending time on important and urgent tasks. If we just do any work that comes our way, we can be cranking out the task but not be productive at all. You're only productive if you're doing work that moves you toward getting a task done. It's good to do an inventory of your to-do list every week or so. Look at each task and ask if it is truly necessary and what goal it is moving you toward. If it's not necessary, see if it can be eliminated or passed on to the right person. Cut out the non-essential tasks and prioritize the tasks that really matter. Productivity hack number 3. Don't procrastinate. You know what those tasks are. What have you been putting off that you know you need to do? Sometimes when you put things off, they end up being things you don't really need to do. But sometimes they are things you just need to do. Do them first thing in the day. Been putting off that report? Start on it first thing in the morning. It will be a relief to get it over with. If you are not sure what those tasks are, just take a quick scan of your to-do list. What's been sitting there the longest? Is it something you really need to do? Do that task first thing. Getting at least one of these tough tasks done first thing in the morning lifts a great load off your back and gives you a psychological boost to go forward in your day. Only once you have done the hard stuff should you allow yourself to do the fun stuff. For example, have your snack. Then take a breath and enjoy the bliss that follows a job well done. Productivity hack number 2. Work offline as much as possible. Social media is the biggest distraction ever invented. Social media can keep you occupied and unproductive for hours. To increase your productivity, minimize your social media surfing while you are working. Have scheduled times when you are going to check your cell phone, and only let yourself check your social medias or surf the web after the work or during the lunchtime or the breaks. One suggestion is when you do go online, do it on a timer. When the timer goes off, back to work. You will be amazed at how much work you will get done. This is one of the best productivity tips I've ever used, period. Hack number 1. Do something you're passionate about. If you really want to do something, you will work like hell to get it done. You will work extra hard, you will put in even more hours, and you will less likely to procrastinate. Ask yourself these questions. What type of project do you really want to be doing right now? Which client you would like to have? What is your dream task, project, or client, and how can you get it? Give this some thought, not just right now, but for the next few days. If you can identify your ideal task, project, and client, your next step is planning how to get it. My suggestions are: do some research. Find out who else is doing your dream task and project. What is their experience? How did they get the project? What are the requirements? Research and ask your colleague and associate, or make some calls. The more info you have, the better. Next question could be, what are your obstacles? What do you need to do to get there? Do you need training? Do you need to know the right people? Do you need to learn some hard or soft skills? Do you need to read or listen to books or blogs? Make a plan. Work out some solutions to your obstacle. If you need training or skills, you will not be able to execute this plan overnight. But if you don't plan it out now, you might never get there. Lay out the plan to your success. Take action. This is the most important part. Don't wait for the opportunity to come hit you on the head. Go out and grab that opportunity. Execute your plan. Do at least one thing today and each day until you get there. It might seem like it will take forever, but if you really put in action, you will achieve your dream project and you will get your ideal client someday. Be persistent. Don't give up because you have been rejected a few times or even a lot of times. Keep knocking on doors. Keep making those calls. Don't ever give up. The person who is relentless will win over the person who quits. Land your dream project, doing something that you are passionate about, and you may never need to motivate yourself to be productive again. As Michael Jordan said, sometimes things may not go your way, but the effort should be there every single night.